Headphones. Okay.
Hey,
Hey, what's going on?
am I the first one here?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so our group.
Yeah, our group. There you go.
I was on there. I was like, I don't see anybody else. All these faces are new. I thought it was a different girl. So I
No.
just bounced out.
Are you
Oh my
talking about
gosh.
the last week?
Yeah. Dr. Ebony's.
Oh,
The
is
the
that
gov
tonight?
no, remember Andrea's like we got called out.
Oh, yesterday. Yeah, I was, or whatever day that was. I definitely was not present.
Oh, you know what? I forgot you're transcribing. Let's talk about that offline.
Got you.
I'm so sorry.
No, you're good. You're good. Hello. Good evening. Good
How's
evening.
everybody?
Hi.
Hi.
I'm gonna wait a couple more minutes for folks to join, but just so you all know, I am short on time today. I have my folks at visiting this week. My little niece turned 3, and her dad's birthday is today, so we're celebrating dinner after. So
Oh,
I'm gonna cut it
nice.
short at 7. And I know a lot of people are joining the LinkedIn party that I'm sad I'm gonna miss. But yeah. So everybody had a good Martin Luther King weekend.
I worked, but yes.
Work. No.
It was
I did
okay.
absolutely no work with the family visiting and everything, but it was good. But then today I was like, okay, I gotta get back to work. Like, I love y'all. I'm gonna catch y'all on the flip side. I know y'all still here, so here's the car, and have a good time. No, but we're gonna celebrate a birthday. Hey, Vanessa. Good evening. Good evening. All right, we got some folks coming in. You know, you gotta always wait for a few.
And Angie, I have a 5:30 Zoom, so I'll be bouncing off a little bit earlier.
No worries. No worries. Do what you gotta do. I appreciate you joining now. Hey, Kim. Welcome. Good evening.
Bye.
Give it a couple more minutes. Vanessa, I got your hot seat request, so we'll definitely talk about that. I'll try to incorporate that. You know, when people call you and you don't pick up, and then they call you right back, and you don't pick up, and then they call you right back, as if you still can pick up. I find it funny. I find it absolutely funny. Let me text them.
Hello.
I can't right now. Let me see.
Can you hear me okay?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, great. Hello. You sound like I thought that you was talking about my daughter. Because she's good for that. I'm just
My mom
calling.
too.
Yeah.
Yeah, my mom does it too. She'd be like, why you answer your phone? And I'm like, because I was busy. I love you, but I love you. All right, Tony coming on in. All right, everybody had a good MLK weekend. I know some of us was working, some of us is chilling.
Yes, both.
Good. Excellent. Welcome. Good evening.
Good evening.
Hi.
Good week. Good weekend, I hope. MLK Day. Had a long weekend. Oh, I'm not available. It's still texted. Okay. But anyway, so I know we have some LinkedIn training after, but I have family in town, and so at 7:00 I've got a birthday dinner to get to. So I want to go ahead and get started because I don't want to waste any time that we have since we're short on time this week. So we'll keep the wins. I always want to talk about wins because it's always good to start on a good note. But we'll keep it brief. So if anybody has any wins they want to share with a group, please do so. Hey, Tony. Okay, girl. What you got?
You know, I'm just excited that I finally published my book. Finally got that out of the way.
Yes.
Congratulations.
Thank you so much. It has
Yes.
taken me a while, but
Congratulations. That's awesome.
Yes.
Yeah. So where's it at? Drop the link in there and let's support if we can.
Okay,
is it on Amazon or something?
It's on Amazon, yes.
Okay. Yeah, share the link.
That's great.
Did you share it in the WhatsApp too?
You know what, did I think I did. I shared it in the WhatsApp.
Good.
And yeah, Power Circle, yeah.
Okay, fantastic. Because I don't be in that WhatsApp group. I jump in there every couple of days and it's 1,000 messages in it. So I can't go back. I can't go back. But yeah, please put it in
Literally.
the chat, and we'll definitely support. I'll drop it in the community as well,
Thank you
so
so much. God bless
we
you
can
all.
support. But that's super exciting. I'm so happy for you.
Thank you.
Definitely happy for you. Now, what's the book about? What's the name of it? And tell us what's about.
Well, the book is called The Black Woman's Blueprint to Building a Thriving Interior Design Business.
Okay.
So
Oh,
it's about
nice.
interior design.
Nice. Nice. Okay. I love it. I love it. I'm looking forward to it. I don't know nothing about interior design, but I'm a supporter. So I'm gonna support you.
Thank you so much.
Agreed.
And somebody I know in my network is gonna be an interior designer, and I'm gonna hand them, I'm gonna bless them with a book, like, here you go, kind of thing. So but that's cool. Thank you for sharing that with us.
You're welcome.
Anybody else want to share anything? Okay, nothing heard. So I'm gonna share. My little niece turned 3 this weekend, and so it's the first time visiting down to Florida. So I was super excited to have her join us in Florida. Even though it's been like 30 degrees in the morning, we ain't had no snow, so I'm not complaining. But we celebrated her birthday on Sunday. We went to a trampoline park and had a good old time. So did the MLK Day parade yesterday for Tampa. So we had a really, really good weekend, just having family in town. So that's my win for the week. I definitely appreciated them coming to see us and just spending the time with us and whatnot. All right. Any other wins? Yes, ma'am.
You know what? And when you said that, I totally forgot my grandson's birthday was Saturday. He turned 2. So that was really
happy too. Is he a terrible 2? Because I got my nephew is 4 and he's got like the terrible 4s going on, so but happy birthday, little man. I'm happy for him. 2 years on earth, 2 loops around the sun. They grow like weeds. So before you blink, he'll be like taller than you and out the house. So
yes.
Congratulations. Congrats. Okay. So Vanessa, I know you submitted a hot seat request, so we'll talk about that. Vanessa submitted, let me read it. Questions about domains and the most efficient way when you start to do landing pages, how that looks. So I just want to talk about that real quick because I know all of us are definitely creating landing pages and putting our offers out. And so I'll give you my best effort on what right looks like or what a way looks like. And then, you have options from there to make it happen for you. And then the next thing I want to talk about is payments, payment systems, invoices, and making sure we connect that Stripe. So now that we know how to collect leads, have contacts, add contacts, communicate, do some workflows, send some forms out, we need to get paid now. So I'm going to create and build an invoice, a product in the system, tie it to an invoice, and then show you all what that looks like. Okay, so we can start setting up our invoices and our payment system for GHL. Thank you, Deanna. I see that in the chat, so appreciate that, y'all. If y'all go to the chat, her link for her new book is in there. Please like, share, support, all that good stuff. So Vanessa, tell us a little bit about what you were having an issue with, and then we'll see what the best way we can solve that. Do you need to share or you just talk it?
Well, yes, but it was basically, I could just talk you through it because I think it's something pretty simple, but I just don't remember.
Okay.
So I have this domain. My domain is name of my company is One Shift Mastery.
Okay.
So I do high ticket coaching and I do if information is being brought in, if you have help desk, different areas that you want to draw, that people are sending information or a different lead. You know what? See, this is what I keep doing. I keep getting emails mixed up with domains as I'm talking, because what I just described was the email sequence. I mean, the email breakdown. But with the domain, what about the landing page? Should you put something in front of the domain for the landing page? How should you do that? Or
Okay.
should you get a totally different landing page? I'm sorry.
All right.
I mean,
So if I understand what you're asking, you're trying to figure out one, with your domains that you already have. Now, when we're doing different offers, different services, different, items within our wheelhouse, do we create new domains? How do we figure that part out? Are there pages or what have you? Am I on the right track?
that's correct.
Okay. So, first thing to understand with domains is, okay, think about domains as in, let's see, like your house. The domain is the house, right? But then you have multiple doors that bring you into the house. You know what I mean? So you can have, a basement door, a front door, a side door, and they all lead into the house, or they all, go into a different area in the house, but they all lead into the house. Then you have your doors that's on the inside of the house, bathrooms, kitchens, bedrooms, all that kind of stuff. Okay, so if you have that picture in your mind and you think about it in that manner, so domains is the house. Pages underneath your domain are the doors inside the house. So they all live inside the house. Subdomains are the entrances outside the house. So for your subdomains, you can have unlimited subdomains on your one domain. You don't necessarily have to create multiple domains because they all belong to the same business. Okay, so with SEO looks at sub pages. They look at the doors inside the house, your domain, and all of the smaller pages. So that could be an About Us page, a contact page, a calendar page, your services page. All of those live underneath your domain. And they're tied to it. So for SEO purposes, you can Google search those kinds of things and they come right up because they belong to your domain. Okay. Your subdomains, for all intents and purposes, have their own SEO associated with them. You know what I mean? So you want to make sure that if you are using subdomains, sometimes they're not entirely connected like your sub pages are, contact, calendar, all that kind of stuff. But they are still in some way related to your domain. So I look at this as when I have my different landing pages, let's just say for real estate. If you have, Angie's realestate.com/Tampa/St. Pete / any other city within, my real estate company that I service. I could have it set up that way because now from an SEO perspective, all of those pages live underneath. Those are all the service areas that I do. And so for SEO purposes, I would do sub pages. The domain, if I were to go Tampa.Angie's Real Estate, Google is not going to look at it the same as if it were a subpage, angieanderson.com/Tampa or whatever. Is that making sense so far?
So you're separating pages from subdomains, correct?
Correct. You want to separate pages from subdomains. So things like your help desk, your different offers, instead of having those all stacked underneath your website, because SEO is going to look at that like, okay, this is just another offer. You know what I mean? Like you could have 1,000 pages underneath your domain, but it will also, from an SEO perspective, be trying to track all that stuff. So if you don't have it set up properly, then it's not going to work properly for you.
Okay.
If you just want to have a separate domain, helpdesk.Angie's Real Estate Group, this is just what you give to your public. Anybody who needs help, they go to the help desk, and it makes sense. It's easy. You could have a subpage called help desk, but you can also have a domain. You know what I mean? So you want to make sure that when you're choosing them, they have specific reasons. So I like the offers. I always go offer.Angie's Real Estate Group /offer 1, offer 2, offer 3, offer 4, offer 5. All the way down the line. You know what I mean? So it's on that subdomain and it's not directly tied to my domain and messing up my SEO. Because the offers are going to change.
Right.
You know what I mean? They're going to keep changing, and you don't want to keep adding pages after page after page, because then you'll have this like a string of pages that Google is trying to index. And Does that make
I'm sorry,
sense?
can you just say that one part again? What is your domain, and when it comes to offers, how do you alter your root domain to
So
accommodate
I
that
would
offer?
list it as offers.domain.com. And then all of my
Okay,
offers are now stacked under offers. So people understand this is, whatever you're going to name it. I just said offer one, offer two, offer three. All those are sub pages. But off of that subdomain offers, we know it's all offers. We're not going to change it. This is where offers live. And it has nothing to do with my SEO that affects my actual website.
okay, so that doesn't. So my
Right.
domain, One Shift Mastery, it'll be offer, whatever the name of the offer, or however I want to title it,
Offer.oneshipmastery.com.
.com.
And
Okay,
then all of your pages are now your offers on the subdomain.
okay,
Okay.
okay.
That's how I would set it up. It's easy. You can have multiple subdomains. You can have as many subdomains as you need to have. You can have in GHL as many pages as you need to have. But I would set it up with a subdomain versus, stack them underneath my page. I like to keep my website clean. So
Yeah,
my website.
okay,
And then
okay,
when I need to go with my offers, so I have like help desk. If you have like a community, you can name it community.domain.com. You know what I mean? So now
mhm,
everybody who goes to community dot, is part of your community off your subdomain, and it doesn't muddy up your actual website. So you
right,
leave that for SEO, for tracking purposes, so you know how many people are visiting. All your community members, they already in. Not that you don't want to track that, but they already, in your ecosystem already. You know what I
okay,
mean? So
mhm,
if you have, different portals you want them to log in. So say you have a vault, you can name it vault.yourdomain.com. Everything under the vault is resources for people. So resource one, resource two, resource three, so on and so forth. And again, it doesn't muddy up your actual website. Keeps it clean.
okay.
Okay. Does that make sense? Does it answer your question?
It answers it. And do you have anything on in your vault to show you how to create a page? Because these are called pages, correct?
So you have pages, like sub pages, and then you have subdomains. So two
Okay,
separate things.
so this what we're talking offer
It's
dot domain.
subdomains. Correct.
So
It's subdomains. I don't have
okay,
anything in there, but I could create that. So
I'm sure.
it's as easy. I'm not gonna say it's easy because it might not be easy. But wherever you own your domain, so if GoDaddy owns it, if Ionos owns it, if Squarespace, whatever your domain is owned,
Mhm.
when you create that subdomain in Growth Hub or GoHighLevel, it's going to ask you to log in to your host site, GoDaddy,
Okay,
Ionos, and it's going to give you the DNS records, the domain records that you
hmm
need to add for it to
hmm
work. And so
okay,
you add those to your host site, and once you do that, now your domain is live in GoHighLevel. And so now domain training and adding a domain is in there. It's as easy as just adding a new domain, and
okay,
you name it your subdomain, and it'll walk you through how to get there. So
okay.
that
That's
is
what I
in,
thought.
yeah, that is in there.
Okay,
Right.
and does the CRM does how can you track it? Does it track it? Is
Yeah,
it
so let me see if I have multiple domains in here. I think I only have one domain though. Let me see. Share screen. I'll find one that has, okay, this one only has one. Let me see. Um, two, let's go Flow Pro. Let me see how many domains that have. Okay, so let me share screen, time screen. So when you go into domains,
mhm.
it will list out all of your domains and list out all of your subdomains. Can you see my screen now?
Yes.
Okay, so this is my domains. This one doesn't have any subdomains. Under this one, you have multiple subdomains. So it will list out all of the subdomains that you have for each domain. And you can
Okay.
manage them by clicking into manage. So that's going to be on your left-hand side. You're going to look at settings. So if we start from the dashboard, when you first come in, you're going to go to settings. then you're going to go to domains, and it's escaping me, domains, and that brings you into all of your domains that you have connected to GoHighLevel or Group Hub. And then it'll list your subdomains in there. Okay.
Okay. And to create one,
When you're creating one, you go to connect. So say I want to create an offer domain, like a subdomain, right?
Mm-hmm.
My domain right now is System Starter Lab, I think it is. So say I want to create offers that System Starter Lab.com. I think that's it. Goes here. So it's going to go try and find your domain wherever it's hosted, and it's going to ask you to log in, maybe. Verifies. It's not going to verify because there's nothing in there.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So, but this is
Yes.
where when you log into your host site, you copy this into your DNS settings. So it gives you everything that you need to have in order to put them into your DNS records in your site. Okay, I know
Where
that was
did you
fast.
click? No, I just, the only thing I missed was connect. I didn't see where you.
Okay, when you come into your domains, so I only have one domain in here, but you would hit connect domain.
Oh, it's at top.
Mm-hmm. And then connect. So you can have you can have an email domain, you can have a portal domain, you can have a branded domain. You can have multiple different domains that connect to different features in here. But most always you're going to use the funnel website domain block. Okay, so when you hit connect there, then you just type your domain, your subdomain in there, and it will go do its magic from there.
Okay. Got it. Thank you.
All right, cool. Any questions on that? I know that was pretty fast, but always fast.
I have a question, but
yes,
it's directed to, am I pronouncing your name right? Is it Vernisha or Vanessa?
Vanessa.
Okay. I didn't want to get that wrong. So my question to you is, are you a member of the Power Circle? In other words, did you get your Growth Hub site for free?
I have it for 3 months. Actually, I just joined the certification. I haven't did the Power Circle yet.
Oh, congratulations.
Congratulations.
That's awesome.
Thank you.
Yeah, I was just wondering whether or not if you were getting it free, because I'm just thinking that for Power Circle members, because we're getting it for free, I think when we add the sub, but here's the catch. I think when you are trying to add a subdomain, I think that's where they charge you. So I was just trying to get clear on whether or not but I'm going to find out. I'm going to get clarification because I want to add a subdomain too. And I haven't.
I don't think, from what I understand, I'm not part of Power Circle. So this is definitely a question that you can bring back to the community for people who are in the Power Circle. But wherever you have your domain set up, unless they actually gave you the domain, you either used like GoDaddy or what? Do you know what host site you used?
Yeah, I use Namecheap. Okay,
so you have your own access to your domain. You can create as many subdomains as you would like.
Okay.
They're not gonna, they can't charge you for, well, they're not gonna charge you for that because that's simply utilizing your own stuff. So it's not like you got it. Now, if you bought the domain from them, maybe they might try and charge, but it doesn't cost anything to create subdomains.
Okay.
So
and real quick, Angie, so you wanted me to get back with you in regards to getting my A2P set up.
Yes, ma'am.
So the way that it works is that I have to reach out to support and it's a live call and they don't have nothing on the calendar until February.
I was just on it last week.
Well, they sent me an email. They sent me an email when I went to book my appointment. There was actually one appointment on the 29th. I couldn't do the 29th, so it pushed me over to February 2nd.
Okay, well, that's not horrible. That's like next week, the week after next. It is the 20th, but that's a long time. That's definitely a long time. I would go back to the Growth Hub support and see if you can try and, have them help you through this too. Like,
Yeah.
have they tried?
Well,
have you gone through them already?
Yeah, they were the ones that told me that I needed to reach out
Okay.
to support. So, but what I'm going to
Okay,
do, I'm going to hop on to one of the live learning sessions that they're having and kind of slide it in
Okay.
there. Yeah.
Okay, cool. Well, let us know how that goes. Let us
Yeah,
know how that
thank you. I
goes.
will.
Okay. All right. Any other questions about the domains and the subdomains? Real quick.
Yes, I have a question, please.
Yes, ma'am.
My domain is Squarespace.
Mm-hmm.
So if I want to put a lead magnet offer, whatever,
Okay.
here, I just add here and connect it to my domain.
Correct. Is your domain already connected in Growth Hub?
I have GoHighLevel.
Oh, good. Is it connected in GoHighLevel?
It is not. No.
Okay, so I would start with connecting. I mean, you can connect both. I mean, really, it doesn't really matter.
Okay.
But I would connect both that way. Well, let me go back. Do you have a website connected in Squarespace?
Yes.
Okay, so don't touch that one. Only create the subdomain here and GoHighLevel.
Okay.
So
there.
Right. So you connect the subdomain only, because if you try to connect your domain, it's gonna take your site down, and you don't want to have that.
No.
Okay. Yeah. So
Okay.
create a subdomain in GoHighLevel.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to have you log into Squarespace and be able to put those DNS records in there. And then whatever that domain is what you work with in GoHighLevel.
Is that easy? I don't want to say
Yes.
it's that easy. I know it's copy and paste, but
So
where to copy and paste, is that
there is
obvious?
domain training in the community, in the classroom. Now I use Ionos.
Mm-hmm.
So I did the training in Ionos
Mm-hmm.
for adding the domain, adding the DNS records and all of that, but it is similar. So instead of logging into Ionos and, clicking the DNS under how it looks for them, it's going to look different for you in Squarespace, but the concept is still the same.
Okay. I did watch your video. Okay.
Okay. So yeah, try it out. Let me know. And if we need to jump on, we can.
I will
walk through that. Okay.
Yes.
Cool.
Thank you.
Any other questions? Anyway. Okay, let's get into payments. Okay, so on your left-hand side, you're gonna go, there's a payments tab. And so in the payments tab, we're just gonna start with products and invoices, but there are a ton of other things you can do in here. Documents, so for your contracts and for your, what is it called? Quotes that you give your clients, you can create your contracts in here, and they have the ability to sign directly into the contracts here. So you don't have to pay for DocuSign or any other Adobe signature, whatever else is out there for electronic signatures. You don't have to pay for another subscription. You can utilize documents within GoHighLevel or Growth Hub to make that happen, which is fantastic. I love it. I've actually watched some YouTube training on it, and there's a guy I can give you a recommendation who does a great job of walking through documents, creating them from scratch, and also signing, sending, all that jazz. So it's pretty. You send a proposal through Growth Hub or GoHighLevel. They can sign it right then and there. It alerts you, notifies you. So it's actually way better than sending like PDFs and all that through email. It's fantastic. I like it. Your orders are in here, subscriptions. If you create coupons into coupons, different products for collections and everything. So when you start generating invoices, it will start to populate here, and it will start tallying invoices sent, money due, invoices that are overdue. So it works out very well for your tracking purposes to remind people to pay you and what you've received. And so it'll be a running score. So the minute you start getting paid through GoHighLevel Growth Hub, it's always going to keep score on your total amount. So if you have Growth Hub for 10 years and you've been doing business in here for 10 years, you're going to have like $1 million sitting right here in the invoices received, which is nice to see. You know, so it'll keep track of your money that's been made through the system and the invoices you sent out. So again, we're just going to talk about invoices and products. And so I did like a really quick wash on this when we talked about funnels and forms a while back, but I want to make sure I go in depth so you can set your products up. Okay. So I like to start with products, or let's go to settings and just go through them. But your products are going to be like how you move quickly, when you're creating your invoices. So we'll just look at it. So it's going to pre-populate with some stuff, the data in here. So it'll start at, 10,001 in here, and it will progressively increment and increase as you send out receipts and all that kind of stuff. So going through each of these tabs, you know how when you sign up for Growth Hub or GoHighLevel, they send you those automatic receipts with the attachments. That's all powered through here, and so you customize it to say and do what you want it to do, and it sends out those receipts automatically when people make payments, purchases, all that kind of stuff, which is nice. So your from name, if you want to throw a name in there, if you leave it blank, it's going to be the name that's in the system as your business name. But if you want to get fancy, you can write whatever you want to write in here. So System Starter Lab. Or from emails, usually whatever your email is, you can plug that in. If you leave it blank, it's going to pull from the system. System Starter Lab. Systemstarterlab.com. Okay. It will pre-populate with the name of the receipt. So it's usually going to be like receipt REC 1001. And it'll be REC 1001 here to pre-populate that, and then say thank you for your purchase. Again, you can change that. You can write what the default email looks like. I got you, Bobby. Write what the default email looks like. We'll customize that, and then you can write any terms or anything you want to write in here. Okay, Bobby, what's your question? No question, you muted. Are you good? Okay, cool. All right, so let's look at the default email. The default email is there, so we'll look at that under emails. And then you just save and keep going through. If you want to add taxes in your invoices and receipts, you can add taxes. So I would, unless you're actually charging sales tax for like a hard copy product, I always leave this blank. But if you do, it's as simple as creating a tax. You can name it, sales tax, and then you put whatever your sales rate for your state is, and you go from there. I think it's 7% in Florida. I don't charge tax, so. But if you are having, hard copy, products that you're selling, make sure you include your sales tax, because the state is coming for your sales tax as well. This is a block where it automates based on your business's location. I don't like this tab because there's too many different selections in your taxes, but you can use it. This is a far better way to just create a general sales tax that you have for your state. And so it will look up by the customer's zip code or the business's address zip code and charge the appropriate tax. Again, I like this one better because your state is going to charge you tax, most likely, not the customer's state. Okay. Hit save there. Notifications. Do you want your customers to get notifications? Do you want your team to get notifications? Absolutely. So if you know how you get emails for, hey, you've left something in your cart, come back and buy the thing. This is your abandoned cart notification, can be sent to your customers. Order confirmations from stores can be sent to your customers, all the things. And so I usually leave all of these on just in case you ever pop up. Once you start turning them off, you don't want to forget that they're off and then people not get notifications properly. You can preview the tabs as well, and this takes you to your email templates, which are a default email templates that the system creates. And it will send this out. If you want to customize this, you can also customize this as well. I like to keep it simple. I may put like maybe my logo up here and then kind of leave it as is, because the simpler the better. But if you want to get fancy, you can customize all of your default email templates. Okay, and so I'll click through these real quick. I encourage you to explore. And so you can take a look at each of those things and see if you want internal notifications, you can get those. If you have, again, hard products with shipping and handling, it walks you through some of these things. If you want to add shipping zones and all that kind of stuff, you can. Subscriptions. If people's payments fail, what does that look like? Do they get a notification? I always leave these on automatically because I want people to pay. So I want them to know that their payment fails. If they fail all payment attempts, you can cancel the subscription or whatnot. So all of these are all little customized, different little features that will automatically run in the background for your settings. Okay. Miscellaneous charges. So this is a powerful piece right here. If you go to like the nail salon and they have, $5 minimum charge for processing fees, which is totally illegal, by the way. But you can pass your fees for processing to your customers. And I will tell you, everyone does it now because Stripe, Square, PayPal, they all charge you 3%. And so it doesn't amount to a whole lot, but it is money off of, you either eat the cost or the customer eats the cost. Again, it's becoming a standard practice now that if you want to use a credit card, you pay your 3%. And nobody balks at it at all. I like to turn this on because Stripe will hit you in the head for your 3%. So a $50, purchase now becomes $47.22, and so you're just constantly losing that on different things. And so keeping it transparent with customers is always, I think, a fair thing to do. They can choose to or not. And if they don't want to pay the 3%, I have other options where like it's ACH, but it's still like a 1.5% depending on who you go with. So everywhere is going to charge. It's just a matter of who you want to charge and how much you want to charge. So literally, I think Stripe is 2.9% and 30 cents. And so 3% is usually about right. And then you enable these on all of your things, and your $50 now turns into $50.40-something, and they pay that processing fee. Again, this is a personal preference on you. You could not charge this. So I will say on big projects, when I do, anything over, 12, 1,500, if I quote the client at that 1,500, that 5,000, that 10,000, I'm not concerned with the 3%. I'm gonna be honest. I'm not gonna nickel and dime the customer. If it's a bunch of little itty bitty purchases, $5, $7, yes, absolutely. My notary business for smaller payments, yeah, absolutely. So again, personal preference on how you want to do it. You can pop this on, pop this off as you see fit. Okay, payment links. If you've ever seen, what is it? When people send you the text message with the payment link, you can customize your own payment link for your products as well. The Invoice has a link in it, so I typically don't use payment links, but if you have a need for them, it's there for you. Okay, and that's all in your settings. And so this just goes all the way down. Again, I encourage you to go in there, click around, customize what you want to customize. Notifications are a good one. Notifications, miscellaneous charges, and your receipts are the tabs that I would recommend you definitely take a look at and make sure they're doing what you want them to do. Okay. When you're creating your products now, say you have a medium ticket, low ticket, high ticket product. And this is my low ticket product, whatever that name is. You want to make sure you name it properly. You can give a description if you want to have a description. Ticket item. And this is all going to be forward facing to your clients. So you want to make sure that it says what you want to say. I usually use it to describe whatever the product is. So entrance, access to school community, whatever it's going to be. Make sure you put a little description in there for them. Taxes. Drop down is not working. Oh, there it is. Okay. Taxes is a very weird one. I don't touch this, but if you have specific taxes for specific things, you can navigate in here and put those on. Just depends on what your product is. Global settings, you can choose to always add your tax that we added, that 7%, or you can just leave it as is, attach the tax rates automatically or do them manually. Again, I like to do them manually. That's my personal preference, but you can pick which one you want to pick. And then you scroll down through most of these items. So your pricing is going to be one important. So this low ticket item is $50. That's your price. Available quantity, 1. It's your pricing. If you have different variations of whatever it is, you can make adjustments there. But that pretty much creates your product in here. And so you can do this with as many products as you have, and it will populate all of your products. When you create a product in here and you invoice for that product, it's automatically going to sync to your Stripe and your PayPal, whatever processor you're using. So you don't have to worry about, once you connect your Stripe and PayPal in there once, you don't have to ever go back and look at that. Or you can do all your invoicing from here. Okay, so now that we have a product in here, again, I encourage you to add your products in here, because once you add your products in here, you don't have to manually type your invoices. So if we come in here and we create an invoice, create a recurring invoice, a new invoice, you can import invoices if you already have a system set up, but most likely it's going to be a new invoice. It looks like this. So your invoice is going to be pretty simple to have your business name, all that. I usually add my logo. I'll show you how to go back and add the logo on there. I forgot to do that. But when you come in here and you select your customer, you can easily add your product now because it's visible there. And it automatically populates with your product. So I like products because when I'm on the go, it makes it really easy to go in there on the app, pop it open, hit the product, add the customer's information, and then hit send, and the product is out the door and ready to go. Okay, you can add the tax manually. You can give discounts if you want. So I want to give this person a first-time customer discount of $10. So I added him a discount. I want to turn on my processing fees that I had already set up. So I make sure that's checked. I want to include tipping in case, anybody wants to tip me for doing such a stellar job. They always ask for 3 different amounts. You can add attachments, a little special thank you note if you want. You can add a terms and conditions. I generally add terms and conditions, and I just say thank you for your business. And it adds something, a little nice touch down here. You can add any type of information you want down here. There are no refunds on digital products, because people will test your patience. anything you want your customers to know. Again, for me, I always put a thank you note in there, so it just leaves them on a friendly note after they pay me my money. Okay. You can add multiple products. You can take away. If you add a product that is not there, say you want to add an additional upsell, whatever that looks like, and you just thought of this, so you are on the fly, you can create it directly in the invoice, and it will do a little invoice blurb for you. Service, let's go product, digital good. You tell it how much you want to add to it. If there's a tax category, you select it, most likely not. And then if you want to save this product for use, you hit save for later and hit save. And now that product is saved for later, but you've also just added it to your invoice. Okay, so don't think you have to think of every product that you want to add here. You can do it on the fly as well. Okay, so that's real quick, down and dirty, how you add your products there. These due dates, I always make sure I have my due dates in there. So if I send them an invoice today, most likely the payment is due today. And after it's overdue, it will send them overdue reminders to pay their tab, and it will also show as overdue for you, so you know you have overdue invoices. If I were sending this, I would just hit send. It takes us to, do I want to send them a text message or email? If you only have email, it goes to the email. If you only have text, it goes to the text, but you'll receive a text message and an email with, you've got a new invoice, click this link, pay your fare. Okay, then you hit send. If you just want to save this, so you know, and not send it to the customer, or you want to send them a PDF or something like that, you could just hit send. But say you want to send them a PDF, sure, you hit save. This saves your invoice, and then you hit the 3 dots up here, and it gives you all of the choices. So if you want to preview this thing, you can preview and print. You can, if they pay you in cash, you can record a payment against it. If you want them to be able to have multiple payment methods, you can change that. If you want to make this a template, all the things. So the 3 dots just give you more options. Once that's in there, it automatically populates to your invoice tab. So you'll always be able to make sure you are keeping track of your invoices, which is important when you send it out. So if you send out 1 or 2, then most likely you're going to remember them. But when you're sending out 15, 20 a day, it gets confusing on who paid and who's not paying, who is not paid yet. If y'all hear my little niece in the background, she's having a good time still. I had to lock the door because yesterday they bust in like they were the police. But yeah, so she's banned from the office for the next few minutes. But this is your invoices tab. For your invoices, again, you can hit settings up here. It takes you to where you can actually do the upload of your logo. So I'm gonna just pick one so I can say I got one. We'll go with that one. And that's the back of my logo, and it will always show, here is the account information that you can plug in there, whatever your address is going to be, and so on and so forth. So you have a gang of additional items under your invoices as well, that you can go, notifications, billing, reminders, all the things. So very robust in terms of what features it can do and the customization that you can have. And so once you get this set and ready to go, you don't have to make many adjustments, and it will just automatically run for you. So go in there, make sure you customize your invoices, customize your settings and the receipt, and then integrate. And so this is the last block we'll talk about today, is integrations. So now, in order for this system to work and for you to actually process payments, you have to have a payment processor. Stripe, PayPal, All of these are Square or additional payment processors. Whatever, pick your poison on which ones you have. I have multiple, and I will say I have Square, Stripe, and PayPal. And that gives people options. That gives them like buy now, pay later options. I think Stripe has like Klarna, Affirm, and something else. I can't remember. Square has a few buy now, pay later options. And so the more you have connected, the more options your customers will have. So you don't want to put no barrier in play for them not to pay. Okay, no barrier in play for them not to pay. You want to make it super easy for them to pay you. And so I don't particularly like PayPal, but people use PayPal. So I connect it so they can pay. Okay, so like I said, whichever one you want to have, you can have multiple. I would definitely suggest either Stripe or Square and PayPal. Okay, so or all three, whichever one you want. You can default the system to either Stripe or Square, but PayPal will always be an option. And I think it's a great option because a lot of people still use PayPal now too. Okay, so either or, but this is what powers the invoice to actually get paid. So it's a must. So when you create your account, you come in here, connect it, and it has instructions on connecting each of these payment platforms. PayPal is a little bit more difficult, but it's not impossible, and they have a really good tutorial. So I know you can do it, but at least connect one so it all works. Okay. And so I will try and do a video. I know I still owe you guys a video from last week. I got bogged down with the workflow for I forget what it was, but it's a workflow. I know that much. So I have that on my to-do list, but I will also try and connect one of these in here just so you can see what it looks like on the outside. And so those are the two outside videos that I owe you to make this a little easier for you guys. Okay. Any questions? I don't want to rush off here without answering questions. I know we always have them, so I'm going to stop sharing.
Before you stop sharing, you said that, oh no, it doesn't matter. You said Stripe may be the default. Does that mean that they will have to want PayPal if you say I connected PayPal, Stripe, and Square?
Okay. If you connect it, they're going to ask, the system is going to ask you to default between Stripe and Square. So it's going to automatically default to one of those. I only had Stripe at first and PayPal. PayPal is like the add-on Big Brother. You know what I mean? So people have a choice. They can either pay with a credit card through Stripe, or they can just select PayPal.
So it would still show, PayPal would still show.
Correct.
Okay, that's what okay.
Yep, both of them will show. So either Stripe and PayPal or Square and PayPal. PayPal is always going to show as an option.
Okay.
Yep. And I would say do your research on these, because I went to, where did I go to? I went to InvestFest, where I met Alicia, came into her ecosystem, and at InvestFest, Square was giving away the first 10,000 transaction dollars free with no payment processing. And so for new customers. So I jumped on that. It's MLK Day, Valentine's Day is coming, President's Day is coming. So sometimes they have these deals that run for new customers. So I would definitely check and see what Stripe or Square has to offer new customers. And if they give you free money, go with them.
Okay.
So
I have Stripe. I already have Stripe, but I don't think I have Square.
Yeah, and so whichever one is more advantageous, I would say, so you can have both. Like I said, I started with Stripe and Square gave me 10K free. I was like, okay, bye Stripe. I'll see you later. I'm going to Square for the time being. And it'd be nice to jump to Stripe too, but whatever. I won't go there. But yeah. Okay. Any other questions?
Do anybody have the it's about the LinkedIn training? Anybody have the link for tonight?
Let me double check. She put it in her chat.
I know I received the first initial one.
Okay, sign up for tonight's. Is this today? Yep, that's today. I got you guys. Got you.
Thank you.
Yes, ma'am. I'll drop
yeah.
it in the chat. Paste. And that is the LinkedIn training. I'll send Andrea a message apologizing profusely, but hopefully she'll record it and it will be up so I can watch it later. Okay.
And
Thank you so
will you
much.
be on
Much
Saturday?
appreciated.
Yes. Yes, I'll be on this Saturday. Yes, I don't know what I'm teaching yet, but if you guys have any suggestions or want me to go deeper and actually just connect something in here, I can do that on Saturday. I don't have any hot seats signed up, so it's fair game.
Okay. Okay. I'm going to
Okay.
try to be on Saturday. That's my goal. So I just wanted to check. Okay. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yes, ma'am. All right,
See you
anything
later.
else? All right. Well, you guys have a great evening. I appreciate you as always for jumping in with the training. And I will see you guys Saturday if you have time. If not, definitely Tuesday next week.
Thank you so much.
All right. Later. Okay. All right. You guys too. Bye. Let me get on that. Control C.